Hey guys, so Bill 16 just passed in Canada, and get ready for the shitstorm to come. Now, a lot of these laws, what they essentially do is they just make it easier to sue people. Like this law right now, what they're doing, Bill 16, is it makes transgender people essentially the same or on par with other minorities. So like a restaurant can't refuse to serve a black person or an Arab person, because they could be prosecuted against it. But now what they've done is if I don't, agree with your gender, if I say you cannot use that bathroom because, you look like a man, you're dressed like a man, and I don't want you using that bathroom, you can essentially sue me now. And this is what is going to happen. There's going to be massive amounts of lawsuits. And, this bill really is just going to make lawyers a lot of money and some trans people a lot of money. It's not going to actually stop the violence, stop the things that trans people face. And, one of the things I always thought about, the trans violent all the violence towards trans people is, a lot of them tend to be prostitutes, right? So if you were to compare prostitutes, the rate of the deaths with prostitutes and the rate of deaths with trans people, I wonder if they would be kind of similar. Like, you know, it is a fact. Like a lot of them do prostitute. They do go out in the street. So I think this kind of skews the numbers a little bit. Like the suicide rate is obviously really high because they have a mental illness, right? They have an actual mental illness. But a lot of the deaths, a lot of like people killing them is because they're prostitutes, and people kill prostitutes all the time. I'm not saying it's good to kill prostitutes. It's a horrible thing to do, but I'm just saying if you're in that line of work, you're gonna be at risk of getting choked to death. And another thing too, why it might be high is a lot of them lie about being trans. So if you're with a guy and you're pretty much having sex with him, and you come out, or you're like sucking his dick, and you're like, by the way, I'm a dude, he might kill you. Like, you, if you're walking through an alley, and you're just wearing a bikini, and you're a really hot woman, and you know, and you get raped, obviously, it's wrong that they raped you, and it doesn't justify them what they did, but you shouldn't be walking in alleys dressed in a bikini, looking like that. Now, if you're doing things to provoke violence towards you, there's going to be more violence coming towards you. Now, I'm not saying it's justified. I'm just saying that, you know, that could really piss somebody off. Like, men like women for a reason. And even though you're a transgender person, you're not a woman. I know you believe you're a woman, but you're not. Okay? Physically, you're not, and you will never be. Ever. Okay? Never. So, if you trick guys, straight men, into trying to have sex with you, they're gonna get mad. And if you're a prostitute, you're increasing your chances of dying. And if you're mentally ill and you have people telling you that it's not a mental illness and you're not getting medication for it, you're not seeking therapy for it, then your rate of suicide is going to be much higher. So these laws that we're enacting are not going to do anything. Like I said before, it's just going to create a lot of lawsuits. A lot of people are going to be paying a lot of money to lawyers to deal with these things. And, it's just a big virtue signal of our politicians. They don't give a shit, right? We got to stop focusing on these minor social issues and worry more about foreign policy and what we're doing, where we're sending our money. Like, instead of worrying about, you know, suing businesses because they don't want trans people to use their bathroom, we should maybe worry about all the money we're sending to China, the billions we're sending to China, the billions we're sending to other countries instead of reimbursing or putting back into our economy. Like, why aren't we talking about that more? Right? Enough of these stupid fucking social issues that don't matter. They have very little relevance. They're helping a small fraction of the population, if that, and they're not even helping them. It's not going to help them. So, thanks again, liberals, for doing nothing and just convincing all the fucking people out there that you're actually helping them, but you're really not. Soon they'll probably realize that, yeah, it's a crock of shit once they see the numbers of violence and all these things and suicide rates not going down. So, yeah, good job. But if you like my content, subscribe and have a great day. See